956 years ago today, William the Conqueror defeated Harold Godwinson at the Battle of Hastings. Harold, the last English king, was killed in battle, and William's victory set into motion fundamental economic and political changes in English governance. Shortly after victory at Stamford Bridge on September 25th, Harold Godwinson instinctually began marching south and was well clear of York when messengers from the south informed him of William's landing at Pevensey. Surpirse and speed had worked to Harold's advantage at Stamford Bridge, and Harold had hoped a similar strategy could work on William. Despite his army being fatigued from weeks of long marching, elements of his army had marched 400 miles in just over a month. Additionally, though his army was 7,000 strong, it is thought by historians he could have summoned larger numbers had he waited. William at this point possessed a large number of advantages: a well-rested army, keen on victory based on the promises of plunder, and a well-developed cavalry. Though the extent of the Norman technological superiority over Saxon forces has been exaggerated, strategic compromises and lack of discipline on the Saxon side were key to Norman victory. On the 13th of October, Harold camped his army on a ridge 9 miles away from William's in a compromise between a sudden surprise attack and a cautious siege of William's position. On the morning of the 14th, William marched to the bottom of the ridge, ensuring battle would be done on his terms and not those of Harold. The battle largely consisted of several probing attacks by Norman forces from before noon until well after nightfall. The initial cavalry charges were repelled, and at one point it was rumored by the Normans that William was dead, William having to ride unmasked to quell the rumors. Eventually, discipline in the Saxon side broke first, and a large section of the English army was fooled by a faint retreat and was destroyed. Soon the Saxons became too weak to hold the top of the hill, and soon mounted men surrounded what remained of the Saxon host. Once Harold was killed by a mounted knight, the battle and the Saxon cause was over. William the Conqueror crowned himself on Christmas Day 1066 in Westminster Abbey, ending one of the most tumultuous years in English history. The cataclysmic changes caused by 1066 were significant but did not all emerge at once, and many structures of bureaucracy and administration remained initially the same. Similarly, many changes attributed to William either came later in his reign or were beget by one of his sons, William II or Henry I, but the conquest begat a new dynasty from whom all subsequent monarchs to King Charles III claimed descent, and the Normans would over the next century begin the slow process of transitioning England into a feudal country.